Hey guys. So, see how his hand ends. Okay, I lost that one, but that doesn't really matter. What I'm doing here is I'm practicing the old-fashioned way, right? So normally you see me practicing with Casino Verite on the computer, and this time I'm doing it the old-fashioned way, okay? Because I want to practice keeping track of the count, talking, because I'll get into that in a minute, but that's my new camouflage now, okay, is, oh look at this, is interesting. I didn't mix these cards up too well. So, you better bust. Oh man, there you go. We've seen this before, right? So this actually happens, right? So what I'm trying to do is practice, mainly the reason why I'm not using the computer is that I want to practice my deck estimation, which I haven't done for a while. I've been doing a lot of practice on the computer, and I mean I do practice deck estimation on the computer, but it's different. I don't think that you can really do it just with the computer because it looks different. You're looking at a small screen, or whatever size screen you're using. It's not exactly the same size as real cards that you'll be dealing with in the casino. So make sure you use actual casino cards. I'm using these. These are cards that I got from the casino. As you can see, they cancel them out. They cut the edges off, so I can't bring it back and slide it into a game, okay? Because I'm a card counter, I'm not a cheater, all right? But you want the cards from the casino. You can get these in the gift shop. The reason why is that it'll be the same thickness. Sometimes when you use cards, like this is not a casino card, sometimes the thickness, you can't tell probably with one card, but sometimes the thickness won't be exactly the same. These are pretty close, but sometimes they're not exactly the same, okay? So that's why I'm doing it this way. I want to try to practice my deck estimation and all the rest of that, and see if I can keep the count while I'm making a video, and talk to you guys and all the rest of that, because that's really what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, was my new form of camouflage. Is that I don't really do any camouflage at all, except I just do a lot of talking, okay? I naturally talk a lot anyway, so I try to talk to the pit boss, try to talk to the players, all that kind of stuff, anybody, because a lot of the floor managers and pit bosses and surveillance people, for whatever reason, they don't think that we can do this. They think card counters have to like study the cards, because they've seen, amateur card counters studying the cards, and they have to have total silence while they concentrate on everything, and then they have to figure out the index as to whether they're going to hit or stand or what, and so they think there's all these calculations going on in their head, like Rain Man, except that since they're not Rain Man, they have to do this more slowly in their head, right? But as you practice, this should be easy. This should be like reading, okay? So you don't have to sound out every syllable when you read anymore, right? So you just look at the cards and know the count, right? So at least that's the way it should be, or pretty close, okay? So I'm not going to say this is totally easy, by the way, making this video and talking to you guys and doing this, because I'm thinking about a lot of things, camera angle and everything, and lighting, and then and then dealing too. Obviously I don't deal, so this makes it a little more difficult, but that's what you want, because you want to set this up as close to, as many distractions, and if you make it harder at home than it is in the casino, then, it's going to be easy when you get to the casino, and that's what you want, okay? Alright. And let's see, guys, are you guys keeping the count? Let's see how close you are, okay? This should be easy for you guys. No stopping or rewinding the tape or anything, okay? Alright. Oh, busted. Alright, the other side, and take another card. Alright. Alright, there we go. Alright, and I'm going to stop when I get to around a deck in there, which I think we're pretty close. Oh, Blackjack. All right. Okay, and oh, I said I was going to be talking. I'm not talking. So that's my new camouflage. Okay, is to try to do that, and gotta hit that. Talk to people. Busted. Blackjack. And dealer's got 20. All right. I think we're at about even for the count, okay? And I think that there is about a deck in here, okay? So not a good place as far as calculating the true count, but you got a deck in here, which means there's 5 decks here, okay? So if we had a true count of 10, or I'm sorry, a running count of 10, we'd have a true count of 2, right? 10 divided by 5 decks left. You always look at this to figure out how many decks are left. Don't look at this, okay? And I purposely put this on a slant here like this, and I overdid it, but in the casino you'll notice that they do usually mess with your discard tray a little bit. They put a little slant in it, or a little, you'll notice it's askew a little bit one way or another. Not this drastic, okay? But I wanted to at least do something to make it difficult on myself to figure out how many decks that is. And I think that's about 1 deck. Yeah, almost exactly. And I think we're about even. So let's see how I did. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 5, 6, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. How many cards in the deck? 52. I was off by 1. I said about a deck. It's a deck and 1 card. All right, that is perfect. So I did that well. Okay. Now let's see how I did on my count. Okay. So that was good. And then I said the count was about even. So let's check that. -2, -4, M4, M2, M2, M4, M6, M8, M10, M12, M12, 12, M14, 12, M10, M10, M12, M10, M8, M8, M6, M4, M2, even like I said. All right. So I need to clarify a couple things. I think, especially for those of you that have my training, what I'm saying now about camouflage is different a little bit, quite a bit, I guess, from what I say in the training module on camouflage. Okay, because that's because I've changed my position on that. All right. So I used to use more camouflage things. I used to do different things than I do now. I used to, you know, for example, always stand on 16 against a 10 or something like that, okay? And certain different cover plays I talk about in there. I don't really do that anymore, okay? Now, the other thing is, remember, keeping the count is the most important thing. That's more important than anything. You have to make sure you have an accurate count. It takes a lot of practice, a lot. I've been doing this for years. When I first started out, there's no way I'd be able to carry on conversations and keep the count in my head, okay? So make sure you can do this smoothly and easily. You have to be able to appear to be talking casually, not concentrating on something and trying to talk, and you know, and all this stuff. So it has to look natural, and you can't lose the count, okay? You can't be doing so much talking that you lose the count and you're not sure, was it +5 or -5? Or was it 3 or was it 5? That kind of stuff's not good, okay? So only attempt that if the count is like second nature to you, okay? Like reading a children's book. It should be that easy. So that takes a lot of practice. That means you guys cannot get out there and gamble right away. Okay, that was the mistake I made. Take your time, practice, practice, practice. Practice till you're so bored with practicing before you ever attempt to do this with real money. Alright? I can't stress that enough. Okay, so thanks everyone for watching. Hey, I want to give a shout out to my very first patron. Thank you very much for subscribing. For subscribing to YouTube in general, but for joining Patreon, I want to thank you very much. I'm not using your name because I just thought of this now and I didn't get the permission to use your name, so I don't want to mention your name in case you didn't want me to do that. But I do appreciate your patronage, and that person has already picked out what they want for their reward. So anyone that joins, joins Patreon, makes a pledge to help support me, one of the first things I'll be doing is getting a new camera. You may have noticed some choppiness in this video, and that is because I've been having issues with the camera that I'm using. So I need to upgrade the camera and the memory and all that, and that's what your patronage is going to help me do. We're also going to be resetting up the DarkStar Blackjack website very soon. That's been down for a while, and we've been meaning to renovate that and put that back up. That's going to be coming back up, and there's going to be a new training coming soon with that as well. Any of you that have already purchased the training that I have out there already, and I'm not actively selling it, but anybody that's interested, you can let me know. I've been selling it on a kind of a case-by-case basis for people, upon request, basically. And once we have the new training, anybody that has the old training will automatically get the new one. I'll send that out to you once it's done. It may take a while, okay? So it's going to be, months, not weeks. It's going to take a while to redo it. We have to refilm a lot of stuff, so it's going to take some time. So that's about it. Click subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notifications so that you can get notified when new videos come out there. Any questions, put them in the comments or send me email at darkstarblackjack21@gmail.com. Thanks again, everyone, and may the count be with you.